Hey guys, we wanted to give a shout out to some of the people we have met while recording the Nashville Dads podcast. On this episode, we wanted to highlight Brandon with Nashville Restaurant Radio. If you're interested in the Nashville food scene, this is the podcast for you. Brandon has some of the most influential people in the Nashville restaurant community on his show. So check it out. Follow them on Instagram at Nashville Restaurant Radio. Welcome to another episode of the Nashville Dads. This week, we have on Joshua Love. We talk about getting a doctorate, working a lot of odd jobs, and sports. We hope you enjoy.
So we started there, and then when she started fifth grade, that's when August started kindergarten.
Okay.
So after that, and of course Ruby, which is, oh my God, Ruby. Ooh. How many children, Justin, how many children?
I just have one. One, she's going to be 2 in a week.
Oh my God. Daughters are the best, okay? Let's let you say that. All right?
Yeah.
I say this. I always tell everybody, like, oh yeah, I want a son and blah, blah, blah. Sons are great. I love my son. He is the boy that I never knew I wanted.
Yeah.
Like his personality, but he is great. But I tell you what, who takes care of who when they're old?
I would trust Ruby more than Augie.
Exactly. We are, let's be honest, we are degenerates when it comes to elderly in our family, especially our dads. He's okay.
He'll be fine.
Exactly. And
He's fine. I think he's having a heart attack. No, he's not.
All right. He just got a cramp in his arm.
Yeah, his arm's itchy. He's just scratching.
It's hot outside. His arm's just cramping up.
Yes.
But daughters are the best.
Yeah.
And they get you right here.
Yes.
Around your pinky.
Yes.
You got 2 of them.
I know.
You already know.
Ruby, your daughter, has the most hilarious personality to me because she has I think the moment where I realized her personality was when Augie, he had his birthday party where you guys did your backyard and had a bunch of pools and stuff. And she's the same age as Magnolia. And she's just running headfirst into the pools.
All the time.
No fear, not scared of anything, just sprinting into danger. While Magnolia sits there and is like, what's this?
Is that her right there?
I swear to you, she thinks she can swim.
Oh, no. Has she learned how to?
No. I think it came to realization not too long ago when it was like a couple of months ago. She was like, Daddy, I can't swim. I'm like, how do you know? Jump to the pool,
Just saying.
I was just moving, and she's like, but I think it went away because she still thinks she can swim. And we have to watch her because, like Devin said, she would dive 12 feet. Oh, let's go.
Oh, jeez.
And I can't help her.
Yeah. You can't swim?
Can't swim. All my siblings can swim except for me.
Okay.
And
what happened?
Oh my goodness. So I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. Yeah. And there was in the summer they had one of these like shallow wave pool type deals in the city. And this was let you know my age. I was born in 82. So this was in the late 80s. This had to be about 87.
Good year.
So Jerry curl is all the rage. I remember this girl with this Jerry curl cap on her head. It's Jerry curl cap now. Shoving my head underwater.
Oh, man.
I mean, shoving it. Holding my head.
I'm good.
I'm not with water since
Been
then.
traumatized ever since?
I swear. I hate pools. I don't mess with them. The whole thing of taking clothes off, putting them back on, and wet. And I hate it. But I'm going to get over it. I got to get over it.
Dude, so that's been my dad. My dad, 77 years old.
Okay.
Still to this day does not know how to swim.
Really?
Yeah. And he was in the Navy.
Wait, what?
Mine too. My dad he couldn't swim either.
That makes no sense to me.
No,
was in the Navy.
How's
they
that
made
like a prereq?
So he went to Vietnam, but they were supposed to, in quotes, swim a lap around the pool without holding on to the side. And people were on the side with poles that would push you out.
Off? Really?
Yeah. My dad drowned, passed out, and had to get CPR.
Like resuscitated.
Yeah.
And
they were like, you're good enough.
That's fine.
So with my dad, what he did was, it was a part when they did, they had to jump off the diving board and make floaties out of their pants as a drop.
Oh, wow.
For emergency procedure.
Okay.
And never was able to do it. And he was he told me, son, I just dropped to the bottom. And I just looked up. and held my breath and waited till they put the pole down. He said one day I just thought I thought they just gonna let me drown because I was just sitting there waiting and waiting. I was like, how? He said he got to the point where he can hold his breath over a minute. He was just
serious?
Wow.
Yeah.
So wait. Also, this note here: instead of learning how to swim, he just learned how to hold his breath for a full
Exactly.
minute.
He just held his
Hey,
breath.
hold your breath until somebody
Yeah.
can help you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I would choose learning how to swim. You know.
And they still let him in the Navy.
Because he was
God
an electrician.
bless the Navy.
He was
Oh,
an
okay.
electrician. He was in the bowels of the ship. So
Okay.
he did all electrical stuff. He's suffering from it because like him and a lot of his friends got like mesothelioma and lungs because of the asbestos in it on the
Yeah.
ships, man. So a lot of them got sick. He's sick about it. He's sick with it now. He has on lung. He's on a tank.
Really?
24/7.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
man.
sucks, man.
And he's how old is my dad? 55.
Oh.
He's close to. He's 69.
That feels young to be on an oxygen tank, though.
I was very young.
Yeah.
Oxygen. Smoking didn't help, but
No.
Yeah.
but how many people we know smoke for so many years and they still don't have oxygen tank?
Yeah.
So it exacerbated
Yes.
Yeah.
the thing. So
Yeah.
it's okay. So that's life, man.
Wow.
But yes, Ruby, she's a firecracker.
Yes.
I'm thinking about changing her name.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
To Stop.
Because that's what she hears the most.
Stop, Ruby. Stop. And I tell her that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to change your name. No, no. I said, I have to because that's what I hear all the time.
All the time.
Before I got here, stop, Ruby.
Is it more you or your wife, or is it both of you?
It's both of us.
Both of us? Okay.
She goes to school and does very well.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Yeah.
get in trouble.
Yep.
She listens to his teacher. I sat and had a conversation with her today, and I told her, I said, I know you listen to your teacher because you don't get any bad reports coming home. Do what you do at school at home.
Yeah.
And
You would think that would be easier said than done, but no.
It's not.
Same with Ada, man. She eats all of her food at daycare. I had
yeah.
to text you. This girl goes crazy if she doesn't have applesauce, and
Yeah.
it's just applesauce, applesauce, applesauce.
You're strategically hiding applesauce in your house because you know if your kid
She
sees
won't
it, it's a
eat
meltdown.
anything else, and she'll have a meltdown. And I texted Devin. I was like, "Man,
what do I do?
What can I do?" But
I still haven't solved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have a
she a
son.
picky eater.
No.
No.
Ruby will eat. Augie is like,
Augie,
you've come over for birthday parties and like, hey, we have this. Will Augie eat it? And you're like, depends on the day.
No. All right. I have stages of eating for my son.
Okay.
Young, cool, little pouches, little apple. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
See his mom eat something, whatever his mom ate, I'm going to eat that. Didn't matter what it was. I think he hit about 3. Everything's picky.
Yeah.
He loved mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Then he hated mashed potatoes. We didn't know it. We bought all these mashed potatoes. Oh, I hate it.
no.
Didn't you guys go to like Bob Evans this year for his
Yes,
birthday? So
he
could eat mashed
loves it
potatoes?
again. He loves it again. Now he's on his buffalo sauce dip trip. So
Also delicious. I can't blame him.
Yeah.
I know, but for some reason, he want buffalo sauce on everything. And like, hey. But the thing is, my son is so weird. So he wouldn't eat chicken tenders. You never heard that from a kid.
Wow.
No.
Till he had Popeye's chicken tenders.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Oh, this is great. Fantastic. So everywhere we went, we went to Publix and bought some chicken tenders from Publix.
Yeah.
We brought it back. That's not Popeyes. It was a brown bag.
I can read.
And we said, yeah. Oh, no, they ran out of bags. This is the only thing they had left. Oh, okay. Tearing the chicken up. Like, we looking at him like, this little dude.
Yeah.
I love it, man. But he would still eat. But one thing that's mainstay, he eats raw broccoli.
What?
Wow.
Go figure.
Impressive.
Exactly. Peppers. Freaking love peppers.
Okay.
Spicy ones too?
This is raw pepper. Yeah.
Wow.
Bell peppers, jalapeno. He eats those. But you have to force him to eat other stuff. At one
Maybe
point,
he just likes things that are like full of flavor or have some type of spice to them.
he does. But at one point, he wouldn't eat a hamburger. Right?
Yeah.
Ah.
But he'll eat sliders.
What? The size was too much for him?
No, it's just I don't know.
It's all psychology, man.
Yes, it's all psychology.
Yeah.
So that's my boy. And then my oldest daughter. And if you didn't know, I married into a ready-made family.
Awesome.
So I have a daughter. I met my wife. She was a year and a half when I met her, and her name is Indy. Indy did not. I never told you. Indy was scared of me.
Was she really?
She was scared of men. Like she would run. She would see me, and would run in fear. And I was like, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
This relationship is not gonna work.
Yeah.
And then for some reason she started turning around. You know, got to a point where she was scared of other things. She would run to me.
Yeah.
And
That's
I was like,
Look at this.
You became a constant in her
yes.
life.
Cool.
So she is 14 now. All right, people.
Yeah.
People in podcast land. Teenage daughter. Oh, I got two men here who have younger teenage daughters. I mean, younger daughters.
Younger daughters. Soon to be teenagers.
I don't know if you. I don't know if you caught it recording, but
Yeah, we're recording. Don't worry, you're good.
I'll tell you for a bit. Oh my god, a whole nother level of patience.
Yeah.
First week of school. Hey, how's school? It's okay. That's it.
Yeah.
That was it. Second week of school, she started warming up. Oh my God, it's so great. Blah, blah, blah. But one thing I gotta get used to is that with a daughter, she's gonna talk to you when she wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta pick your poison. And then at the same time, when they do talk to you, it's about stuff that you really don't want to listen to. But as a dad, you have to indulge. You have to like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, do I really care about Riverdale? No.
But also, the new season came out, Dad. Have you heard about it? Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about it all. And then she'll come to me about, she likes older stuff. Like, she'll watch The Simpsons or Golden Girls.
Oh, wow.
Golden Girls, yes.
I feel like that's
Golden
made a
Girls
comeback.
has a very strong following.
But her best friend is 75 years old. So there
Wait,
she go.
what?
Yeah.
Who's her best friend?
Her aunt, her older aunt that she goes, that's her best friend. So she has an old soul.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
So she'll come to me and talk to me about some stuff. Like, yes, I do. I remember that. Like, did you know? I'm like, I did.
Yeah.
Yes. But, you know, dealing with that and being especially a stepdad, but it's more beyond being a stepdad. I'm dad. You know, I'm there 24/7. Been around her a lot longer than without me. Mm-hmm. It's like it's a huge learning curve for a dad that, you know, I have one sister and she's my oldest sister. Mm-hmm. So not seeing that dynamic and how to deal with certain things is crazy. Luckily, I commend any guy who's a single dad with a daughter, because that's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
Yes, but having a mom, you know, like my wife there, and it's being her, and I don't know if you know this, but it's 5 of them.
What?
It's 5 sisters.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Your wife has 5 sisters?
It's counting her.
Oh, okay.
So it's 5 sisters total, and
That's
one
a big family.
Yeah, and one brother. So having that tribe of women there, and having those sisters, they're so tight. Cool. They're so close. So it's not like they're all distant. They're not distant at all.
Yeah.
They have group
Really?
texts. Yes. FaceTime chats all together. So being able to have that wife and that group of women there. It's a lot of women that got some aunts and great aunts and stuff that are really close. It really helps out. But I tell you, patience is tested on a daily basis.
Yep.
What can you do?
Yeah.
But you know, that's how that goes.
And she just started high school, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, this is a big moment in your life. How's your week? It's a week.
Exactly. And I got to teach how to drive. So I have anxiety. And as a parent, you have anxiety pretty much on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
So do I want to put myself in that situation where I cannot control the brake pedal? When you're pressing the gas too fast, too hard, like, oh no. You know, even in a parking lot. So doing that, teaching her how to do that, and just being a great human being. Out of all things in life, what I want my children to be is great human beings, especially her. So just doing that. One thing about high school, I told her, I said, high school is not middle school now, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't like school. I said, it's so boring. I said, I'm telling you, high school is totally different. And when I told you what I said earlier about how she's like, it's okay. That second week rolled around. Oh my God, it's so fun. It's so great. I said, I told you. And she just went over a friend's house that she met this school year. So getting those new friends,
that's cool.
And just being able to hang out with people that like-minded folks.
Yeah.
Just like going to college and moving, like from high school to college, you get more and more in depth with like-minded people.
Yeah.
So that's very helpful.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, that's what it is.
What what do you do for a living? I feel like I actually
Okay.
don't know what your job is. You know, I see you at the library downtown from time to time.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, hey, Josh, what are you doing here? Like, I'm working. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I gotta go check out some books. I'll see you later.
I have one of those jobs that's really hard to describe.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm intrigued now.
Well, I mean, it's not that intriguing. So I work for. I'm not sure if I'm a city employee.
Okay.
So I work for the Nashville After Zone Alliance, better known as NASA. So we're intermediary, which means that we are a funding source for after-school programs throughout the city, mainly dealing with middle school youth or 5th to 8th grade. So some elementary elements. So what we do is I'm the operations manager for that. So what that means is, try to make it short as possible, but it's
You're
it's
good.
very
Well, you
hard.
can talk for as long as you need to explain it.
Yes.
So much. So as the operations manager, I ensure that our partners, the people who apply, are maintain a contract with the contractual obligations. I review the contracts too. I make sure I updated everything right there. Make sure I go through Metro Legal. I make sure they're compliant. I do work with our data management system what our partners do their their attendance.
Yeah.
So I do that part. I ensure that they got their transportation together. I make sure that we pay our transportation to MNPS. I make sure that our partners get paid as well. I run forms. I create applications for the new grantees. Yes, I do all this stuff.
It's a ton of admin.
It's a ton of admin.
That's a lot of admin.
For the person who doesn't read, all right. Hey, everybody, guys, I am Dr. Love here.
Yeah,
That is not a made up.
Dr. Love.
Yes, that is
Dr.
not made up,
Love.
guys. This is what it is. I am not a great reader.
You're not?
I am terrible. People are like, just get
is
these
that why it
books.
took you so long to get your doctorate?
No. Okay. You want to talk to this? That's not reason why.
Okay.
So, gratefully, and I realized something during my doctoral process. I haven't been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, adult ADHD. And the reason why I'm pretty sure I do is because when I was early on in the stages of my program, I would have to have music playing, and I had to walk around my office at my home just so I can read the material. I could not sit there and do it. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Which was wild. I started thinking about it. I was like, this is not normal at all. There's no way you're supposed to be able to have this music playing and TV going, and I have to walk around and to focus on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But no, that's part of it is that also was the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So part of my research was dealing with after-school programming, ironically enough.
Mm-hmm.
I actually started that process at another employer, but I was doing youth development too. But after-school programming was part of it.
Yeah.
So pandemic happened.
Not so much after
all
school.
of it went away.
Didn't have school. So I had to pause on a lot of different things. Back to my job, though.
Sorry.
Digress. Now, so that's what I do. I'm the operations manager for that. So I ensure all these people are complying to this stuff. I make sure that we are up to date in doing. I just make sure we're flowing correctly.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of fat, like cut a lot of loose meat on the operation process. A lot of different things. If I see things too bulky, I don't like it. I'm that type of person. Like, it takes me a lot to write a long paper. Mm-hmm. I just like to get to the point. Like, just get to the point. Just why you give me all this? Just tell me.
Don't give me any fluff. Just tell me what you need.
Yeah, it's a yes or no. It's a yes or no question. Just give me yes or no. I don't need to get everything else.
Yeah.
We were, I'm the exact same way.
Oh, yeah, you do operations for landscaping. Right?
Yeah, but yesterday, so next week we're going to start 8-on potty training.
Oh, okay.
Like we're gonna take off 3 days and
Oh, yeah.
and try to do it within 3 days, or at least get the premise
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
the
yeah.
basis down. And Haley found some like videos to watch. I can't remember exactly what they are, but it is a 3-hour process of how to potty train it. And like every single one of the modules, I'm like, they could have just said that in like
Yeah, just
2
give me
minutes.
5 points. Yeah.
Like,
So
come
potty-
on, why?
What, 3-hour module for potty training?
Uh
Tell you what to do, potty training.
huh.
2-year potty training. Put on their favorite show and just let them sit down until they go.
Sit down on the potty.
Is it? And they'll go, yeah.
Man, I wish.
Oh, you give them the applause. They get happy. Yeah. And the big thing for potty training that I learned is that the applause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The yay.
Positive
of-
reinforcement,
Yeah, the
yeah.
positive reinforcement. Oh, my God. So much. But
I'll have to.
potty training is, the details of it is such a blur. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Really?
It just happened.
It happened, but
You don't remember it all.
it's a
Yeah.
blur. But that's what I do
Yeah.
for work. And you do operational landscaping.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I feel like most of your job is figuring out who's supposed to go to a job site, if they showed up to that job site, and if they didn't
Dude,
show up to
that's-
that job site, how do you get someone to show up to that
That's
job
the
site?
hardest part is
Yeah.
just people showing up to work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Like I tell a lot of my guys, like, dude, if you would just show up to work, that's like 75% of the battle right there.
Yep.
Just show up,
Just
even
show
if
up.
you're not that good at your job.
Exactly.
If you show
Someone's
up,
better than no one.
yes,
Gotta play the game.
yeah,
A little bit.
There's the art of BSing.
Yep.
And the art of BSing starts with showing up.
showing
Show up,
Yep.
man. Just show
So
up.
If you show up, you usually
The
don't get
F-
fired. You have to be. It
Yes.
takes a lot of work to get fired from a job.
Yeah.
I feel.
You know what they say? Yeah, James, you know, he's here. He's on time.
He gets a raise.
All the while, he done work for 30 minutes, and you sat back and drinking some water. Oh, here I come.
yeah. Yep.
So, but yeah. But that's what I do for a living.
Cool.
I worked in youth development for a long time. It's kind of weird how I got into it. Because you don't know my work history at all, do you?
I don't. I know you went to TSU.
I went to
know,
TSU.
I know you worked for YMCA for a bit, didn't you?
Yes.
Yep.
You don't know anything before that.
No, man, I don't. Yeah,
You-
yeah.
you-
This is actually me to become a better friend with
All
you.
right.
It's not an out
Name
podcast
it.
episode. Yeah.
You name it.
Yeah.
I've done it, basically.
Because did you do stuff with the Titans for a bit?
I
also?
did.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
I did community work with the Titans.
Yes.
I did equipment.
I should have looked at your LinkedIn before this interview.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
did equipment. That's fine. I did equipment. That's how I started interning with them, doing equipment.
Did you do track and field like in college? Is that right?
I ran track and
Yeah.
cross country track and field. Did you know I coached it?
No, I did not.
I coached at TSU too.
Oh, did you?
Wow.
Track and
Wow,
field across
cool.
country.
Yeah.
I worked at Harris Teeter over
Yeah,
here.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
In a deli. I fried chicken. I
If
fried
someone
chi-
has a job, you've worked it.
Oh my God!
apparently.
So I think the statute of limitations of this is gone. It's been
Yeah.
years. All right,
Anything
so-
before age 25, just
Oh my
don't
God!
bother me with.
Oh,
You know?
in college, so we had track. I worked at Harris Teeter in college.
Yeah.
I used to purposely go to work hungry. Like, oh my God. And we have croissants, and I was working in deli, and I'm slicing. So I'm got Havarti cheese and turkey, and we are wrapping up these sandwiches and put them in the oven while I was roasting turkeys.
Yeah.
And we making sandwiches.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the sushi man like, hey, you want some? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'll eat whatever you got. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Let me get. I would come back home full.
There you go.
And I was like, yes.
That's awesome.
Chicken tenders. I fried chicken tender. I at least eat one of those chicken tenders
Yeah, of
every
course.
time. So yeah, that was a good gig. They loved me there. I was a fool. I used to get on the PA and calling my manager to sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger or like at the grocery store, like Eric Nielsen, line 3, get the phone, get the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. I would literally say
Chopper's
that.
on line 3.
Yeah, I would literally say that, and people be looking around like, "What?
What is happening?
Yeah, and
here?
or I'd go like,
That's awesome.
"Oh, can you get the phone on line 3?" I would just act a fool. This is college me.
Being ridiculous in whatever way you could.
And guess what I told you about showing up earlier, right?
Yeah.
Man, about 3 years, I was working about 2 or 3 years later. They wanted me assistant manager.
There you go.
Because
Everyone likes Josh.
Hey,
Might as
man,
well promote him.
I worked hard.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I never went away from working hard and
Yeah.
being at my job. But I like to have fun.
Yeah.
So I've done that. I worked at a factory at Nissan.
Did you really?
For the summer. That's when I realized.
Oh, down in Smyrna?
Yeah, I realized
Okay.
factory work was not for me.
I did a factory job for one summer in southern Indiana, and then I never went back home for
No.
a summer during college.
No, that was it.
That's when I became an RA, because I was like, if I come back home, this is the only job I
That's-
can get. I'm out. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
It's the worst. When the guys working there telling you,
Yeah.
don't come.
Did
don't-
I don't know if I've ever told you this story. So my name is Devin with an O, Devon. I work at the AmeriQual, so we make MREs. I think I might have told you this once.
No.
I show up to my spot, and this guy looks at me and goes, "Are you Devin?" And I was like, "Yeah." I thought you were going to be black. And I just look at him, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
This is the rest of the day.
I was just literally about to say, yeah, you're definitely a black guy. Devon.
So I stood there next to him and was like, "Are we cool? Like, are you disappointed I'm black? Are you like, I don't know what to do here." And I was like, all I know is I should not come back to this job next summer. And I have no idea what to expect every single
That's
day.
hilarious.
That's the
What
first
a-
time I've just
what
been
a
blatantly
random
told,
thing to
like,
say.
I thought you were going to be black. And I'm like, can't tell if that's disappointment or anger in your voice. And I'm just going to pack this box and not make eye contact. Here we go. All right.
That is hilarious. But I did that, man. I told you I worked with the Titans. I worked with the YMCA.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, I did my own PR stuff.
No,
too.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Wow.
independently. That's when I was on that whole entrepreneur kick thing.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, I think a lot of people go through that time frame. And I had a realization of, like, entrepreneurship is tough.
Uh-huh.
People don't know how hard it is.
Yep.
It's a 24/7 job, especially when you're doing PR work. It's all the time.
Yeah.
And if you don't get enough clients or anything like that, it's not worth the pay.
Nope.
So I tried it, and I talked to a mentor about it because I was really struggling with it. And he was like, you know, some people had that, oh, there's no plan B type. Those no plan B people, they're weird. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I know it's something that people, I'm speaking to the audience. I know it's something that people tell you, but you always got to have a plan B, especially when you have a family.
Yes.
I had, I mean, my story is this. I worked with the Titans. I was let go.
Okay.
No shame in getting let go, especially in the sports world. When they get a new vice president in my department, and they decide to go another direction, do their thing, that's fine. That's okay. But my wife was pregnant
Oh, man.
with my son.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to be so stressful.
Oh, my God. Lucky I got a little severance. I got some real severance because it wasn't like I said, you come to work, you show up, you do your job. I did my job, so it wasn't like I let go because I was a terrible worker. You know, I had a little severance thing that did a little thing. At the time, my mortgage was very low at the time, guys. All my new Nashville people, my first house was $85,000.
I'm sorry, what?
$85,000. It
That's-
was,
that's most
and it
people's
was
down payment.
Exactly, and it was renovated, so it wasn't like it was like
What area of town was that in?
well, it's better now. It's on like northeast Nashville,
Okay.
on Brick Church, between Brick Church and Dallas.
Is that close to TSU?
No. It's
Okay.
closer more so to oh my God, by the amphitheater out north, not.
Like Fontanelle?
Oh,
By
Fontanelle.
Fontanelle.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
by
That far.
Fontanelle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but we're not that far out.
Okay,
We're actually
cool.
like 10 minutes from downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not far from downtown at all. It's closer to where they are by Trinity Lane, where they've been doing all
no,
development. Trinity Lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stayed there. $85,000. So my mortgage was not very expensive.
Nope.
But you know, you struggle. You know, you do your thing. And part of being married and being a dad, you do things what you have to do.
Yep.
So I'll try to do an entrepreneur thing, and then I'm doing Lyft driving, which is a very interesting job. Never do it again, but man, I got some stories.
Oh, I don't doubt
Yes. Please tell me.
Oh, I'll tell you what. So, you know, you go through those things, and the entrepreneur thing, I talked to my mentor about it, and he was like, no, there also got to be a plan B.
Yeah.
You have a family.
Yeah.
Like, and I've heard stories how guys got into the point of that rabbit hole of entrepreneur to the point where they pretty much destroyed their family because they're trying to succeed to a level of independence when you need to focus on not the independence of financial independence. You need to figure out how can you make your family financially stable.
Yeah.
and especially your wife. Like, if she doesn't feel financially stable, and my wife by any means did not marry a rich man, is not asking me to be a rich man. She just wants something steady that we can pay the bills on time.
Predictable income makes a huge difference.
Thank you. That's makes a huge difference. So I stopped doing that, and that's when I got into more so youth development.
Okay.
That's when I ended up getting a job at the Y.
Okay.
And when I decided, what did I want to do? Like, I was very out to I want to help people. I like young people.
Yeah.
And I made the decision. It was like, and after that, a family friend of ours sent me a message saying, "Hey, here's a job that's going to be coming up." And I applied. Had the worst interview for the job. And I told them, I said, I think they're going to call me back. It was a terrible interview.
Yeah.
And they called me. I said, if they call me back, I'm going to get this job. And sure enough, I got the job. So, and the rest is history. I'm doing what I'm doing now. Ironically enough, when I got my master's in sports administration, I wanted to do operations.
Oh, really?
But you know how life goes. You totally forget. So I went in, wanted to do operations. I actually wanted to be a track and field coach.
Yeah.
But 2008, after when I graduated.
Not the best year.
Oh, no.
Terrible year.
Terrible
year. Awful year. It was an awful year.
Yeah.
So I got where I got in where I fit in. I did some stuff at Tennessee State. Ticket office stuff and everything. I totally forgot. I worked at Radio Shack for a little bit.
Did you really?
Radio Shack.
Yes. So, I sold electronics. I sold electronics at Sears too. So you told your name when I did it on commission. Man. Yes.
No, but also 2008, I graduated in 2010, and it was like, will you pay me consistently? I will work here. You will give me health insurance also? Yes. I will show up.
Oh, also, I was an assistant manager at Lady Foot Locker. There's another job.
Lady Foot Locker?
Oh, yes.
Were you out at Opry Mills, with Radio Shack and Lady Foot Locker out there?
It's back in 2005.
Okay.
So this is the old Bellevue Mall.
No, this was in Green Hills.
Oh, okay.
This is in Green Hills. Because before that, I was working at this other... I told you, you name it, I've done. I was a transitional living counselor where I was working at this youth housing place.
Okay.
And I had the worst hours of all time. I don't know why I applied for it. This is the worst hours for anybody. They chopped up 40 hours in 3.5 days.
No.
Yes.
You're not a nurse. What do you do?
Oh, my God. So the way it worked was I would come in a little bit on Thursday.
Yeah.
Then come in on Friday from 3 to 11.
Okay.
Then on Saturday, I come back to work from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
No.
Then go home, or they had a cot in the house. I'm like, I'm never living here. You guys are crazy. I'm trying to get out of here. Then I go home, and I had to be back at work at 7 a.m. again on Sunday, and I worked till 12 or 2 or something like that. And that was it. And then the rest of the week, I could do whatever I want to. But it was the worst hours. I tried to get out that job, so many different positions. I said, I'm going to show you guys. Yeah. I'm going to be a manager at Lady Foot Locker. It was fun for
Was it?
Yeah, it was fun for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I got my first paycheck.
And you're not so fun anymore.
I said, what the heck is this? It was $250 plus commission. And the commission was terrible. I sold a lot of shoes.
Yeah.
This is not good. And so that's what I did,
Sweet. Well then, let's pivot to so you have a doctorate. What made you want to get a doctorate?
Sometimes I could be a bit of a spiritual guy.
Okay.
So I call myself a cussing Christian. I keep my I'm not cursing on this podcast, but
you can if you need to. You know
I am a cursing Christian.
Okay. We are too, to some extent.
Yes.
So don't worry.
So my intent was never to get a doctorate.
Okay.
Okay. So it was just one of those things I was searching on improving and moving forward in my career and doing things for my family. Because pretty much everything I do is trying to figure out how can I improve the lot of my family. How can we do things better? How can I have something I can leave back for my kids and, financially and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm working at this job with youth development. I was like, okay, what is the next step? There's no movement here because working for people who don't know, working with the Y, you can move up.
Yeah.
But the way is set up, you kind of got to move out of city and move to another state to kind of to move up. There's great opportunity to get a higher pay and get promoted, but a lot of times you have to go to another association.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's not an option for us.
Yeah.
Mainly, it was like we got family here, support. And the importance of having family support here with kids, and then we got elderly family that maybe when they get older we got to care for.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, man, what is the next move? It was between that and going to law school.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, I just said I'm not a big reader, and I'm talking about going to law school.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a little bit of reading with being a lawyer.
A little bit
a
of
little
reading.
bit.
Just a tad.
Just one or two words.
So yes, it was. And an ironic thing, I ended up going to Trevecca, and it was one of those things where it was like I was guided into doing.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up there. And I will tell you that it is I know, Devin, you've told me off
episode.
Yes, off episode, asked me about how do I manage that thing.
Yeah.
So I would say first of all, it is tough.
Yeah.
One would be to manage that is having that support, like having a spouse who's behind you with that.
Yeah.
If you do anything that's going to feed into your family time, you got to have a spouse that's on board.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a spouse on board, that's not going to work. And I told her, I said, if you feel like this is going to impede upon our relationship or the family life or anything like that, you let me know.
Yeah.
Because I will quit. And I wanted her to tell me to quit too.
You were more begging than asking.
But because once I get started on something, I have to finish it.
Cool.
But if she told me to quit, I'd be like, well, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'll be done. But it was that led me to that. And when I got into it, the cost wasn't as bad. So that's, during the whole process, it was about a work-life balance thing.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Devin, we've known each other for years. And during that time period, I pretty much disappeared.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where you're deciding of having social life or family life.
Gotcha.
So social life was pretty much done for. So it was either of working. It was a lot of late nights, and I'm still struggling and figuring out how to go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
So it was how I balance that. It's like, luckily I had a job that was very flexible. Work with the kids, be with the kids. Around 9 o'clock happens. Luckily I have smaller kids. 8 o'clock happens, 9 o'clock happens. Downstairs in the basement, and I'm working for like 3 or 4 hours. In the beginning, I was up to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. The reason why the process is supposed to be 3 years.
Okay.
All right, that's what they sell it to you. Oh yeah, it'll only take you 3 years. You'll be done. I try to do that method.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Like the classes, I can roll with the classes, but there were some parts of the way the program goes. You got your classes, and during your classes, you work on your dissertation.
Okay.
I couldn't work on my dissertation at the same time as I did my classes. So I had to do my classes, and I'm doing my work, and I'm done, because I got to a point where I was up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would have to wake up at 5:30 to help get the kids together.
Yeah.
I mean, I was up late. I swear I was seeing things.
Yeah.
I swear to you.
Sleep deprivation is not good.
It's not good. I started getting this eye pain. I thought something was going on in my eyes, but it was this twitchy pain that I was getting. I was going to work, and I was going to work to the point where I was on work on time, but if I got there at 7:30 or 7:15, I was parking my car on the street, and I was passing out in the car.
Yeah.
Just sleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I luckily I had the wherewithal to put an alarm on my phone, like a timer to wake me up, but I would go to sleep on, like, they didn't have a parking lot, so we had street parking. I'm on the street parking,
Sleep
in the car because I had stayed up so late.
Yeah.
But then it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I can't do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to work the pace that I can work it and go from there.
Yeah, that's smart, man.
Yeah. So the balance was having to remove something from my time, and that removal was pretty much communication with a lot of people, family, friends, and I'm still trying to get back and trying to be social, but that was a part of it. And then my youngest, we talked about her, Ruby. she, all she knew from birth was me being in school.
Yeah.
And my office, which most people have man caves. I have an office, and I think even with the desk out of there, I think I would still call it my office.
Yeah.
Just because that's how it is, and my kids still call it that. There's nothing in there now. I'm trying to redo it.
Yeah.
But that was the balance of it all. Like, you had to sacrifice something.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to sacrifice my kids. I wasn't going to sacrifice family time, and we still managed to do some vacation stuff and do things like that. But that was the balance of it. I will say, that, did it go into like, and as a dad too, you still got to have like your husband and wife time, like quality time going out. That suffered a little bit too.
Yeah.
But that's where you come back and be like, okay, we got to spend quality time, go out and do things and hang out and have dates and things like that. So we're working on that now, because I literally just finished in December.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
really?
Okay.
Like,
This is very new.
Yeah.
So when I'm telling you I'm working on my sleep habits, like shortly after I finish, I found myself up like at 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Just up.
Yeah.
I'm just messing around.
Mind racing
Yes.
constantly.
Well, it's just I'm messing around on my phone, watching TV, because my body has just gotten so used to it.
I mean, how many years did it take you? Like 4 or 5
4 and a
years?
half
Yeah.
years.
So I mean, that's 4.5 years of you like retraining your brain if this is your normal.
Yeah.
So you don't just casually go from that to like,
No.
I'm falling asleep at 10 on the couch.
Because at the time, before I started, I was waking up at 5:30. I was like, I'm gonna go for a run.
Yeah.
And I'm going for a run, and I went to waking up at 5:30, going for a run, to working at 5:30, trying to survive the day.
Pretty much.
And that's how I got to tea. I didn't drink coffee. I
Okay.
drank a lot of tea. But that's the secret of it. The secret of it all is, like, things are sacrificed. The secret of it is having a spouse that's behind you
Yeah.
and telling you, hey, you can do it. No, you're not going to quit, because I was going to quit. No,
Yeah, of
you're
course.
not going to quit. You're almost done.
Yeah, it's good support, man.
Oh my God. But that's it. I don't know if you thought it was going to be more to
No,
it,
no,
but
but
that's it. That's it. But
Yeah.
it's hard.
It is.
It's not easy. And people ask me, like, how can you do it? And I was blessed enough. I wouldn't say lucky. I was blessed enough to, as I mentioned, I work for the Y.
Yeah.
I had a job when I was working youth development. And, that's where going back to touching bases of showing up and doing your job, like your operation. So I always showed up and did my job. So there was no thing with my supervisor saying, oh, Josh is not going to, he's not going to work. He's not going to do his stuff. I always did my job.
Yeah.
I was always able to show up. I was always to do things with my students I was working with, for the field trips, all the operational things that we need to do for that. And they were very lenient with it.
Yeah.
It's like, I could work from home. I work in the office. I never did my work during the work hours, my school work. But it was a job where it was relaxing on that end. That wasn't really stressful.
Yeah.
They didn't stress me out.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Yes, that's another one. Like,
Yeah.
if I had a job that was really stressful,
Yeah.
like,
Different story.
yeah, like the job I have now, I wouldn't say it's stressful, but it's a lot of working parts. I told you how much stuff.
You have
and
a lot to keep up with.
I have a lot to keep up with it, and it's tough to do that job and be in school at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and be a husband and a father. Holy
Yeah.
crap, man.
The thing, towards the end, the one thing that I kept saying to myself, like, as I was getting towards the end of the thing, I wanted to be done so bad. Like, I was tired of the whole process.
Yeah.
And I just being honest, people think it's, oh yeah, I'm a doctor, and I don't even like. And the thing is, I'm so modest. I don't even like calling myself that. I even told you, I'm like, you got this ordinary Joe here, but I don't. I was ready to be done.
Yeah.
Like, used to my senioritis, I was so done. I was imagining how life would be without having schoolwork. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I can actually sit and do this and do that. So now I'm just doing a lot of things, keep catching up with my kids and being with them a lot more. And, like, we went to the movies today.
How fun.
Yeah, $4.
$4 a day. Yeah,
$4
yeah,
a day. I have to
$4
take
a day,
advantage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
cinema day, so it was $4 to go to the movies.
If you
Dang
wanna go
it,
to the
I
movie-
had no idea.
Well, there's still time in.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you still
matter.
got time.
yeah,
yeah.
okay, let me go
Yeah,
wake up
let's
my
go to-
2-year-old right now.
Yeah, so it's like it's $4 a day. So
What movie did you watch?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
And there's a new one, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool.
It's really good. Well, I say that because they tell me,
Yeah.
but I have a son that had ADHD, like diagnosed, and he is bouncing in the chair. I'm like, calm down, son. Stop, son. Just calm down.
Yeah.
He's just so excited, just bouncing, so excited, about to tear the chair up, man. But and dealing with taking the restroom and back because I was the only parent. My wife was not with me, so
Gotcha.
But yeah, doing things like that, I was just so ready to have my life back because, as we transition and be young, I would say young dads or having a young family, there's so many different moving parts you got to have that you're due to make your family work.
Yeah.
So doing my transition of different jobs and earning more money, like I'm doing the PR stuff, working a part-time job, doing Lyft. There's a lot of time with me working nights where I'm trying to get things in order for everybody in the family. Not saying my wife works, but you want to put your part in there too. So I'm finally getting to a space where I don't have to do all that, and I am spending time with them. And my son loves to read to me, and
that's cool,
and all that stuff. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I'm just I'm happy that I have it.
Yeah,
but I'm happier that I'm able to have my time to myself.
That's all behind you.
Yeah, you're able to take a breath, it seems like.
Well, I think like everyone has to, like, you don't just like define masculinity for yourself, but you define what helps your family out the most.
Yes.
So to you, it seems like whatever makes your family financially stable is a priority to you.
Yeah.
And you're willing to put in the work and do whatever it took.
Yeah.
To like a doctor, sure, I'm Dr. Love. Does that mean I get financial
Dr.
stability for
Love.
my family? Cool,
Yeah,
I'm going to go this route
exactly.
then. And do I get some fulfillment out of it? Sweet, that's great too.
Yeah.
But more importantly, does my wife not worry so much about what our finances are like? That'd be great.
That'd be great. And the thing is, I've always been that guy though.
Yeah.
It's like I've never had a job to define me for like my education.
Cool.
So, like I said, I worked at Radio Shack. I had a full master's by then.
Yeah.
Did I have a problem working at Radio Shack? No. Because the Radio Shack paid my bills. Yes, I had fun at Radio Shack. I worked at Radio Shack. And go from there. I did work for Comcast for 30 days.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's
No, the first, I was quick.
You're good.
Segue, real quick one. I worked there. I started there the first week. I was like, there's no way I could work there. There's no way I could work here. There's just no way I could work here. And for that 30 days, it was first 30 days you train and then you go to the phones. I quit on the last day.
Did
like,
you seriously?
Yeah. I just want the free cable so
just want the
bad.
free cable.
And I was like, I can't do it. I don't care on the
I'm
free
good.
cable. Yes. And I ended up working for another job. I worked for the state, the DHS. I did food stamps.
What?
Yes.
Man.
I learned Spanish doing that job.
Did you really?
Too.
That's
You
cool.
were a
Yeah, and
jack
then
of
I
all
lost-
trades.
And I lost it because I never.
Did you really?
Because I got to the point where I had clients that spoke Spanish, and then you had the translator and doing it. And after a while, I didn't have to use it. I didn't use a translator.
Yeah.
They were on the phone, but I wasn't using translator no more. I was just sitting there.
You just knew what was up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
crazy. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But yes, I've done that too. So,
That's awesome.
Well, I think also you doing your doctorate is a good reminder. I feel like as parents, as dad, things feel like they are forever. Like Josh is about to turn 2, my son, not you. And Ada is about
Good
to turn
name,
2.
great name.
Great name. And like the first 2 years of a kid's life, you're like, whoa, this is really a lot. This is exhausting and everything. And then like a year from now, I won't even remember what Josh was like for his first 2 years of life. So like you have these moments that feel like they're an eternity. Getting your doctorate probably felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
And 5 years from now, you'd be like, oh man, I'm glad I did that. And that was a lot of work.
well, some advice I got. I mean, I'm good at taking advice. Oh, so your daughter's name is Ada. That's awesome. My daughter would love your daughter's name. She loves
Awesome.
Ada Twist.
Does she really?
Ada Twist Scientist? Oh yeah.
Ada
Oh, nice.
Twist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
What
never
is
heard
this?
Ada Twist Scientist.
Ah.
Yes.
It's a cartoon, right?
Yeah. I think it's on Netflix
I don't
or
know.
Disney, one of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
she's a
right.
science. Yeah, Ada Twist Scientist. Play it, she'll love it.
I'll have to
But
check it out.
Yeah.
oh guys.
Anyway.
Anyway, you
Getting
mentioned-
advice.
Yes, I love getting advice, and I love taking it because you mentioned Joshua. Dang it, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
Yeah, you're good, man.
You have
ADD.
mentioned
You already told us.
Yeah, Josh. You said you forget things.
It's just it's a moment of time, basically. Like you it took for the 4 years of you getting your doctorate. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
an intense time, but in reality, it's only 4 years of your
Yeah,
life.
I
Your
remember
life was
that.
longer than that.
The advice I was told was like it's better for you to get it now.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you have the younger. I have my oldest daughter, which she's pretty independent, but I have those younger kids because right now I see it because we got soccer,
Yeah.
we had hockey.
Oh, did you stop hockey?
Yeah.
Okay.
For right now.
Okay.
For, you know,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool at the time. So then we got soccer. You got all these other different things. You got the teenage daughters doing certain things. And now I'm done. And I have the free time to be able to do that. One of the things I hated was doing the time. And that's the time. And the sacrifice also family time, a lot of family time moments. There was a lot of times that my wife went out and did stuff with the kids.
Yeah.
She went to her mother's house or stuff. And I couldn't come.
Yeah.
Or if I did come, I had to leave early.
Yeah.
Or if I did come and then leave early, I had my book bag with my computer and I had to do some work while I was there.
I feel like we go to kid birthday parties, and I would expect to see Reba more than I expect to see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, like, lately you will see both of us at the party.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh.
That's very different. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, you both are here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to be there, that we both were there, because we were, and, you know, we would go, and I would, sometimes I can go, sometimes I can't.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when she did go, is because that was perfect timing for me to be able to go do my classwork.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the advice was like, just go ahead and knock it out now. You know, at 41, that's young. I still commend people who do it at 29. I'm like, how y'all think like getting a doctor? Y'all 29, 30.
Yeah.
Live, work.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this now?
Yeah.
Like, can you get a job for 3 or 4 years?
Know what you want before you get a doctorate, at least a little
Oh
bit.
my
right?
God, man.
I had the opportunity at Belmont to do an extra year and get my MBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why? I don't even know what would I do with an MBA? Like, I don't even know what job I want realistically. I'm about to graduate. Like,
Man, people love to have those titles.
they do.
They like to be MBA. They like to be PhD,
Yeah.
EDD. And I know I'm a very modest person, and I just don't. I can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard for me. I know you need to stroke your own ego sometimes, but it's really, really tough.
If you need to pull out the doctor, you can pull out the doctor.
I can. Like, I mean, I have my diploma at work, and it's not even hanging on the wall. I just brought it to work, and it's still in the plastic. And I was like, "You gonna hang it up?" I'm like, "I don't know.
I don't know,
It's
man.
there." Like,
What's it? I don't know. Maybe.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
But
But that's
you know,
a pretty cool accomplishment.
it is. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a ton of work
Yeah.
and sacrifice.
It's a ton of work and sacrifice, and you know, you do it with the hopes of, and I tell my wife, you do things like this and get your extra degree, and you know, it's not free.
Yeah.
With the hopes of it ending up financially fulfilling as you want to. And I know I bring up finances, brought it up, but as a father and as a family and living in Nashville, you have to think about that.
Do.
Like, I did this to better myself and to be able to put myself in a position to
Correct.
get something where we are making enough where if we did decide to move,
Yeah.
we could afford it.
Yeah.
Luckily, you know, I got a house that was cheap when I was younger.
Yeah.
We was able
Nashville
to-
ain't cheap now.
Yeah, we was
No.
able to sell it for almost double the price I bought it.
Yeah.
And I was able to get a house that we have now, which was still pretty inexpensive.
Yeah.
Like, that house now I'm in is worth almost 2 times as
Yeah.
much as I bought it. So it's like,
Wow.
this is crazy.
Yeah. It is.
And we don't want to live in Nashville.
Yeah.
My wife do not want to live in. She does not want to live in outside counties at all.
Really? Okay.
No, she's a LA girl. She's like,
Oh, yeah, that's
no.
right, yeah.
She's like, no.
Oh, so she's from Los Angeles?
Yeah.
What brought her here?
Family. She
Okay.
her family moved here. Like her
Okay.
mom, dad, her dad actually came here because he was a musician.
Yeah.
He did country music at the time,
Cool.
but he's a blues man now.
He'll like playing Printer's Alley pretty regularly, I feel like.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. So he's a blues man and he does music.
That
So
is
that's
cool.
what brought him here. And her mom is a teacher. She's a lifelong educator. But that process is, I would say, as a parent, as a dad,
Yeah.
going back to school in the middle of the fact of, like, I started school and Ruby, my youngest, she was born in November, and I actually applied for school like that January.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So I started in that May. I got accepted and started in May. But it's like, people understand, like, even with your children a bit older, like, school is a family decision.
Yeah.
It's not I'm doing this on my own. And if anybody wants to seek that and feel like it is something that they want to do, this is my personal endeavor, no, it's not your personal endeavor. It's an accomplishment, but an endeavor is a family thing. Like, if it's going to get done, there's no way you can get it done if you're not back behind even your children, because your children got to understand it too.
Yeah.
And your wife is not going to work.
Yeah.
If it does work, you graduate, and she's not going to be there at your graduation.
Probably not.
Because you have chosen your accomplishment over the family, just like I mentioned about the entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You chose trying to prove something over the people you need to prove the most to.
Yeah.
And
You're like screaming at your wife, "I'm doing this for you," as she's asking you to stop.
Yeah.
Like,
This is for you.
this is like, do anything else, but it's for you. It's not anymore.
No,
Now it's for you.
You gotta stop.
Yeah.
So and the thing one of the questions you asked me, like, it took from 4.5 to 3 years. Now I did mention that the pandemic thing. So even though the pandemic thing happened and it affected my dissertation, I did, like, towards the writing part of it. There was some breaks. Like,
Okay.
I was paying tuition towards when I finished my class, but I was paying tuition, and a lot of part of those months, I wasn't doing any writing or researching.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, for example, if I paid tuition for the fall semester, like that September, October, I might not have been doing too much of anything because, school started. You got things going on at work, and it's like the stress of it all. So, especially during the writing part of it, when class was over, man, I really relaxed on that part of it.
Yeah.
But, I got tired of taking the computer, so I'm happy I can go somewhere without having to take a book bag and a computer with me. So, yeah. But that's a touch on it, man.
Sweet. Nice. Well, thanks for sharing it. Yeah, I've thought about, like, do I want to get a master's in anything before? And the first question in my head is, like, so does that help you financially in any way? Or are you just trying to add, like, letters behind your name?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you saying, like, oh, the finances matter. It does. Like, there's lots of things where I'm intrigued by them, and I'm intrigued to know what a master's in it would look like. But, like, what am I going to do with that master's? Tell myself I did it?
Yes.
Why? Like, my ego isn't that fragile, is it?
Exactly. I used to tell my students, I work for youth, and I talk to them about after college. And it's a trend where a lot of college students will graduate and they'll automatically go to a master's program.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But people don't understand what a master's is. A master's, you're mastering a subject.
Yep.
So I actually got my master's in education, but, like, it emphasizing sports administration. Okay. Luckily, I actually did that work.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't do that work. I
Nope.
did that work. I was working in sports for a long time, and I transitioned somewhere else. But like you said, what's the point of getting a master's?
Yep.
I wish I was one of those people that just had an undergrad degree and
Yeah.
went about my business, because I wouldn't have student loans at all. But
Yeah.
I do. But like you said, why?
Yeah.
Why would you get a master's?
I don't
And
know.
what?
I mean, there are things.
Tell me what?
I would actually, the one thing I would probably go back to school for would be counseling, and actually get, like, a counseling degree. But that's a very specific
There you
path.
go.
Exactly.
But, like, that's not
Because
just, like,
that
casually.
could help with the podcast.
It could. That's
Exactly.
the main purpose of everything.
But the thing is,
Yes.
the
Should
question
be.
is, could you do counseling? Like, could you go to, like, a local college?
Yeah, go to community college or something like
and
that.
pay for it out of
Yeah.
pocket
Mhm.
instead of don't go to those for-profits you'll be paying.
No, yeah, exactly though.
I said the for-profits. No, go to for-profit. I was just talking to my niece about that. But like Nashville State or
Yeah.
even MTSU, like a local state college, it's so much cheaper to just do something undergrad and
Yep.
do it for 2 years and get a associate's degree. If people want to go get a master's, it's like,
Yeah.
like, for what? I got me an MBA. Like, okay,
Now, like,
what are you doing?
Unless you have, I feel like I would need to have a path, right? Like, I have friends who
You do
did
have
an
a path.
MBA or did, like, the year after finishing up undergrad, did an MBA in, like, a year at Belmont because they were studying for their CPA. So they needed to have, like, here's all the stuff, all the requirements I need
Yes.
to have. So I'm going to get my MBA so I can meet all the requirements to become a CPA, which is my ultimate goal.
And that's a path.
That's a
You
path.
know?
Yeah.
But some people get it, and it's like, why did you get a master's degree?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something I want to do.
I remember graduating college and wondering that, being like, all right, so, because I studied audio engineering and graduated in 2010. So whenever I graduated, like, I couldn't find a job as a recording engineer.
Yep.
So I just got whatever job I could find. So, then I'm working at, like, News Channel 5 doing random stuff, and I'm like, well, do I go back to school? Because what I thought I was doing in undergrad isn't what I'm doing now. So, like, and then, like, I didn't, because I also had, like, 6-figure student loan debt, and it's like, I'm not going to keep adding to this
No.
pile. So, like, but was it tempting because it kind of delays reality sometimes?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
yes,
it
it
is.
is. Yep.
That's
It delays
so. I
reality.
graduated 2008.
Yeah.
And a lot of my professors told us to go to grad school
Really?
because they just saw the market. Like,
Oh, yeah.
landscape architecture, when the economy is
When
going
people
down,
just lost all their life savings, I don't know
they
if people
aren't-
care about
yeah,
landscaping.
they
too
aren't.
much.
So your degree is landscaping architect.
landscape architecture. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool. You need
I
to
went
come
for
by
5 years. It was a Bachelor of Science in landscape
Wait,
architecture.
you need to come
But
see these big flower beds I got in my front yard. Probably hit me up. These jars are huge.
But yeah, so many people just went straight into getting their masters
Yeah.
because they knew for the next 2 years.
Their opportunities would be very
Yeah,
limited.
and I was that smuck that I was like, I'll find a job.
But did you?
No,
At
But you-
like
I mean I did
Bread
for
and company?
I found a job for like 2 months, and then his business went under. Like
Really?
most of his stuff was under the Lehman Brothers, and when the
Really?
Lehman Brothers went
Oh,
under,
seriously?
oh yeah, he was like, dude, I don't have
I have
anything
no
for
payroll.
you. Yeah.
Wow.
So then, yeah, I worked for Bread and Company.
yeah.
At working $7.65 an hour.
Yeah.
The one over here in West End?
It was the first one was in Belmead,
Okay.
and then I became assistant manager at the one on West End.
Oh, good old turkey soup. It's
Yeah.
delicious. It's crazy. And you back in landscaping world.
I'm finally. It took me 4 years. So 2012, I was able to get a job at a landscape company. I don't do anything landscape architecture wise anymore. I work in the landscape industry, but I don't do what I went to school for.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're literally operations manager now.
Yeah, I'm an operations manager. I still do design work,
Yeah.
but landscape architecture is like, it's construction plans. It's making sure that like the grade is correct. That
Ooh, yeah.
that you have the certain amount of plants that you need, the tree covers that you need, things like that.
That's
So
wild.
That
It's
stuff
like-
is legitimately fascinating. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me,
Like-
it's feel like it's like landscape architecture. It's like you get a yard as your canvas, and you make it into some kind of piece of art. To me,
yeah, but in order to become a landscape architect, so you go to school. I went to school for 5 years. It was a 5-year program. Then you have to be a apprentice under a licensed landscape
Oh,
architect
really?
for 2 years. Then you can take your LARE, which is the licensing exam, and that usually takes like a couple of years to
Seriously?
do
That's
all this stuff
legit.
as well. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah.
that is wild.
It's not just some simple
No, I
like
didn't think
learn
it would
about
be,
plants
but
and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
I mean, I didn't think
I'm
it was
gonna
simple.
play in the dirt.
I didn't think it was simple, but man, that's a lot of.
Yeah.
That's a lot
yeah,
of stuff.
I mean, for one of my last classes or studio classes, we did construction documents from building footprint to like just
Completion?
finished
Yeah.
finished product, and you had to do calculations of water volume coming from
Seriously?
the roof, going down, and then water volume of every surface, whether it's concrete or turf. And then you had to design a detention pond that would be able to hold
Yeah.
all of that water. So it's
That's real
It's-
architecture.
it's
like
I
it
swear to you,
is
I was not expecting this. much
sheets
detail.
No.
and sheets of calculations, because like
yeah, because it all matters.
Yes.
the more volume, the bigger the pipe
Yeah.
size would have to be, and everything like that. So yeah,
How
and then
deep-
you had to make sure that everything was ADA accessible. So anything over 2% you couldn't have for that kind of thing.
That's wild,
yeah.
man.
You had to make sure that turning radiuses, I think, were like a 15 degree, so
Yeah.
trucks could turn correctly.
I
Oh
just-
yeah,
I just
it's a
listen
lot
to
more.
music and would say, man, that hi-hat's too loud. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. That's
No.
Fresh drains. Somebody coming on fresh
like, I got
drains.
nothing.
That's
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's really cool.
That's awesome, man. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Would you want to still do that,
Um,
or you like what you're doing?
I would love to go back. I had the the opportunity in 2015 to do it, and I took money instead of doing my passion.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a hard balance, though, man.
Yeah.
Here's a crazy thing. It is a blessing to know your passion. I am still in search of what my passion is.
Hey.
It's just still in search of.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy what I do, but I question, it's like, is it my passion?
Yeah.
And it's great, but Operation Managers Unite.
Yeah. Heck
But,
yeah.
it's a blessing to have a passion. Hopefully you get the opportunity again, because that sounds really cool. what
It
you're
is.
doing.
It was. I should have taken it, but oh well.
You know what?
I'm too far out of it now.
Yeah.
I mean, from 2008, oh man, like all the computer programs are totally different. I don't remember half the stuff anymore. I mean, it's
So back in my day, back in 2008.
15. That's 15 years ago, man.
That is 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So long ago.
When you don't use that information anymore, you don't retain it. It just goes out the window.
Yeah.
I
You're
had-
talking about very specific math also.
Oh yeah,
So, like,
and
it's,
like
yeah.
Oh,
it,
my God.
it, like if you mess something up, you are a licensed landscape architect,
Yeah.
so you are like responsible for
Yes.
Yeah.
And math is the thing where if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
If you're not doing math on a consistent basis, like I love math, but I don't do math
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing those calculations all the time, it's like, okay, I gotta remember how to do this again. Like, okay,
Mhm.
it might take you get back to it, but it takes some time.
that. Yeah.
I haven't worked an office job since 2019.
Mhm.
So I haven't like consistently been in an Excel spreadsheet since like 2019.
It's the
I'm
exact same
sure
thing.
It would take me a bit just to be like,
nothing's changed.
I'm sure there's some formulas that I could do this better, but here's what I know.
No,
Enter.
nothing's
Yep.
changed.
It's still all the same.
Excel is Excel.
Oh man.
And as a little secret, I love Excel.
Do you really?
I do. I love it when I make the numbers talk to each other. Those formulas where these numbers over here.
Oh, over here, and they're all just
affect
being
this over
friends,
here
all just
and
being
stuff.
friends and talking and calculating together.
Or the
I know
numbers
how to
to
do
different
some
tabs.
formulations
Yeah.
and calculations,
There's some
but
next level stuff though
but
too.
my CFO will he does it where if this sum is greater than or equal to this,
He's
then,
like writing
then-
computer programming
yeah.
in the Excel
Yeah.
files.
You're
yeah.
like, what the
Yes.
F?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
All I did
people-
was press enter on accident,
Yeah.
and everything turned
Like-
black.
Look, I thought I was pretty good at Excel.
Yeah.
Until I was working with someone with the Y, and she did some stuff where the formulas was talking to different tabs.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yep.
how did you do
Yeah.
this? Like, oh, if you do this, it affects this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was amazing. Don't mess with it. She locked
Don't
all.
touch nothing.
Yeah, she locked all the formulas. I'm like, this is amazing. I still do it. I thought I was great, but
I'm not dumb at Excel, but I'm not that at Excel.
I remember I applied for this temp agency,
Yeah.
and they asked me if I was good at Excel. And I was like, this was back in like 07 or something like that. No, not 08. I'm like, yeah, I'm great at Excel. And they gave me an Excel test.
Oh yeah.
I failed that test in flying colors because Excel is one of those things like you think you're great at
Yeah.
because you don't know
What
what you can
greatness is,
do.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know what you
Yeah.
can actually do with
It'd be like,
Excel.
hey, do you know how to read music? Cool. Well, here's like a ridiculous like concerto on piano. Do you want to play this? And you're like, oh, I meant I knew what a piano looked like.
I wish I knew how to read music
Really?
too. Oh my gosh.
Yep, same here. I don't know how to.
Yes, it's like when people look at music, I'm like, you know what this means? You can in your head.
It
you go,
is.
I have like relative pitch. I can't read music. But I
It
can
makes
hear stuff and
no
figure it out,
sense
yeah.
to me.
So,
Yeah, it's like, do you hear beeps in your head when you see the thing?
you don't do a beatbox to the turn signal whenever it's going back and forth because it sounds like a metronome. That's just me.
That's just you. And that's every once in a while, but that's a music heart,
Yeah.
Which I supposed to be listening to music a long time ago, but hey, music is great, and
Yeah.
my kids. And I'm going back. I'm talking about my kids again.
Dang it! It's almost
Hey,
like it's a
that's
dad
what
podcast.
this is about,
It's a
man.
dad podcast, My kids love music.
Yes.
And my son,
Yes.
son especially, like these movies has opened up music to him like no other. As a dad, I can try to get him, introduce him to some music, but like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy did you some favors.
Guardians of the Galaxy, yes. Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, more some hip hop because him and Ruby loves "Can I Kick It" by Tribe Called Quest because of Ninja Turtles. They love "The Choice Is Yours" by Black Sheep because of like Transformers and Diggable Planets because of Transformers. All this old school music stuff, they just love it. Yeah. And then
that's great.
I got them loving Papas because of the Miami Heat.
That's right, because you're a Heat fan.
I'm a huge Heat fan. So that's a song.
Right, you got two players on my.
He went to Kentucky for college. So.
Hero and Bam.
Yeah, I have a guy from outside my hometown played for Kentucky a long time ago.
Really? Who's that?
Tony Delk.
No, that's like my favorite player.
Tony Delk. Yes.
Oh,
the
man.
Black Church Sox.
Dude, he played during in the late like
90s.
mid to late 90s.
Yeah, Tony Delk. I remember him coming to my high school and he scored like 55 points on
serious?
this. Oh, he was, and it was so with ease. It wasn't even like he was in challenge.
He wasn't sweating.
His like first couple of years in the NBA, he had like the record for the most threes for quite some time. I think it got broken, but
yes, Steph Curry exists.
Yeah. Here's the crazy thing about Tony Delk. If he played now, he would be insane because they didn't shoot threes like that back in the day. No, but he was a three. He was. This is how I knew how good NBA players before. You know, a lot of people are not around NBA players a lot, so they don't know how good they are.
Yeah.
So I knew it was a difference because I used to work. My first job was at a community center. I was a game room attendant at the community center, and he came. And they did like midnight basketball and whatever.
Seriously?
It was a big thing in my hometown. Man. Like it was a big to do because people from the smaller towns came to Jackson.
Yeah.
And he came, and he played ball like after as at the end of the Kentucky days.
Wow.
When I tell you, he went half speed, and he scored like 30-something points on these people. It was ridiculous. He didn't jump. He didn't go for no rebounds. He wasn't trying to steal because he didn't want to, do too much to hurt himself.
Yeah.
But when I say he had a jumper that was so pure, and it was crazy. Like he was warming up, and he was doing off the glass on the corner three.
Yeah.
On purpose, just banking it off the top of the backboard.
Oh yeah.
Into the. I'm like, what is this?
You're intentionally doing this over and over and over again.
Yes. Boom, boom. He just hitting them. I'm like. That's when I knew there was a huge difference. When I saw a guy like, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Yeah. You're not Tony Delk. But yeah, Tony Delk, man. And you got you got Bam, you got and Tyler. I'm not the biggest Hero fan.
Oh yeah, he seems a little
polarizing. For
well,
the Heat.
He always hurt when it needs him the most.
Yeah.
It's like
I think he let the glam get to him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's hurt when it and it's not intentional. He hurt like Like, dude,
did he like break his hand in the last? Yeah.
Like, dude, we need you. Yeah. Like you're hurt, but yes, we had Precious. No, Precious was Memphis. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm like Precious.
Never. I mean, yes. That was Memphis. But we've had a few Kentucky people. Jamal Mashburn came down.
Oh, yeah.
Antoine Walker played down there. Let's let you know how much of Miami Heat fan. Nobody remember them playing down there. But
oh, I do.
So they played down there, too. I can't think of anybody else.
When did you become a Heat fan? Was it
95?
95? Oh, okay.
This is when Lonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Pat Riley and Tim Hardaway.
Pat Riley was a UK player.
Yeah, And Dan Marley, that's all came down there to play ball. That's when I became a Heat fan.
Okay.
And I just been a fan ever since.
That's fair. Because I remember you being one before LeBron James.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. But people, I always say 95. Like, I was a Heat fan when Dwayne Wade won the first championship. That was like the true championship. And people still like, he had Shaq. Like, that was the old Shaq.
Yeah, no, that was no.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade was unstoppable. He scored like 40 points in Game 6 to win the championship. They could not guard him at all.
No.
So, yeah, the greatest Heat player of all time, Dwayne Wade. You say LeBron, no, it's Dwayne Wade.
No.
Dwayne Cleophas Wayne.
Cleophas?
Don't. I just make it up.
I do love making up middle names for people. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine, real close friend. I give him a middle name every time I call him. every time.
That's awesome.
Yes, it's always something. It's different. Theopolis or something. It's something crazy. Theodore, Shaq or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy. Shaquille.
Just see what he
every
says.
time.
That's
He just laughs every time
Yeah.
I do it. But yeah, I'm a Heat fan
That's
and a Titans fan. So
Yeah.
a real Titans fan, like across the river Titans fan. Tennessee Oilers fan. For all the people who think that's not the Oilers background, that's yes. I got history. I know.
Are you a Preds fan at all?
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
know you've gone to a
If it's
game or two.
Tennessee, I'm
Okay.
a fan.
Have you gone to any Nashville SC games yet?
No, I
No?
have not.
Okay, cool.
No, I have not. I think
Cool.
I got to make a trip soon.
Yeah.
But I've not made there. Have you?
Yeah, I do season tickets. So
Oh, look at you.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Right down
I
street.
got to get out of the house somehow. So that's
Yeah.
that's the main one.
How about you been?
I've been. First game I went
Yeah, I
was with
brought
him.
him.
How's the atmosphere?
Oh, it is real
Dude,
good.
it was
Oh.
electrifying, man. So the only thing I knew about soccer was from when I played it like 20 years ago
Yeah, which is a lot of people, honestly.
to Ted Lasso.
Yep.
Which is a great show.
And
by
then
the way.
Yep.
when I went to the game, I was like, man, this is actually really fun.
Yeah.
Also, since you're a season ticket holder, was you able to get to see?
Messi.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
I wasn't. I was watching on TV though.
But I think what's really cool about that Messi game, besides the fact that we got to play him and host a final and everything, is like Justin texted me afterwards, like, "Oh, this game made me so mad. I hated how this game ended." And I was
I
like,
hate it.
"You had a feeling about a soccer game a year ago. You didn't even know what soccer was.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
yes, we're winning."
Justin, I hated it too. I didn't even know it went there. Well, like, how's it going to end? I'm
Yeah.
still on how's it going to end? And then
Yeah.
the goalie, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Goalie
when
and
I saw
goalie penalty
when
kicks?
I
Are you
saw
serious?
our goalie, I was just like that doofus
Oh.
with that head,
Yep.
whatever.
I knew he wasn't going to make it.
I was like, there is zero confidence
You
in
have
him.
literally a backup goalie who's made it this far, and you're just like, dude, I'm sorry. You've done everything else you possibly can. Now you have to kick a penalty kick against the starting caliber.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
and it reminds me, like, when I told you about Tony Delk,
Yeah.
like, watching Messi, it's like,
Oh my
It's-
gosh,
it's like, I'm not
it's
even.
so
I-
easy for
Yeah,
him.
I know.
It's fascinating.
Look at it. And I'm like, Justin, I don't
know
watch.
what's happening.
I don't know soccer. But when you look at him, it's like, why does he look so relaxed?
Yeah.
This is not hard
He
to him
walks
at all.
on the field.
Yeah, this is not hard
He's
for him
just
at
chilling.
all.
Yeah.
And he's 36. He's old.
He's my age. Yeah.
As an athlete, he's old.
Yeah.
No, I'm a hater of all teams that beat my team. When I say hater, like, I wish all bad things to happen to you other than getting hurt.
So like this, you don't like the Spurs, you don't like the Mavericks.
It's mainly with NFL.
Okay, cool. Just making
Basketball, I'm cool.
sure. Okay.
NFL, like, as a Titans fan,
You still hate the Ravens for multiple reasons.
I was about to touch on that. If you lived in Tennessee,
Yes.
I've been here. I'm a lifelong
Yeah.
Oilers Titans fan. If you lived in Tennessee, people say, "Oh, it's the Colts." No,
No,
it's the Ravens.
it's the Ravens.
I didn't realize how much I hated the Ravens until Zay Jones? I think they drafted. It's a possibility that Zay Jones was going to be a Titan. Like, oh yeah, they might draft him. I was like, oh yeah, he's pretty good. Y'all might be able to get him. Baltimore drafted him, and I said to myself, "You are trash." Don't ask me
You
why.
felt anger. How'd you feel
Instantly.
How'd you feel when Steve McNair played for the Ravens for like the 1 year?
Disappointment. and and Derek Mason, disappointment.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it's like, gosh. But my hate for the Ravens is unmatched.
Yeah. Because even if you hate the Colts in the regular season, the Ravens are the ones who knock you out of the postseason,
Yes.
and not the Colts.
I can tell you this. I'm a proud black man. I love being black. I love it. I enjoy, things accomplishment. The Ravens right now have like all these black quarterbacks. Their quarterback room, their officer, all these black people.
Yeah.
And I can enjoy it. Because I
You
hate the Ravens so much.
Proud as
I'm like,
hell.
oh, yeah, this is
Do
nice.
they still have like Ozzie Newsome as like they've got like all
Yes.
these people in charge?
I was
and
like, oh,
everything?
yeah, this is great. No, I
Oh,
can't.
wait, it's the Ravens? No, I'm sorry, I hate them.
I hate the Ravens. You gotta understand. So, brief history. The Ravens was the first team that beat us. We had a home grand winning streak.
Yeah.
They were the first team that beat us at home here in Nashville. It was during the playoffs. That same year, that's when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Titans actually had the best record in the league. We were better that year, they went to Super Bowl the year before. They was better the second year than they were that year.
Yeah.
And the Ravens came in to beat them. Okay? I was on the sidelines.
Were you really?
Not in that game. I was on the sidelines with Chris Johnson, yes.
Oh yeah.
His rookie season, we were great.
Yeah, like 13-3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ravens came in for playoffs.
Yep.
Okay. I'll never forget Ed Reed. Ed Reed, if you hear this, I remember this. Okay. Yeah, you can deny it if you want to, but I saw you. So Chris Johnson was fearless with running the ball. After this, he was no longer that, like, you could tell, but he was still great.
Yeah.
It was different. He goes into the hole to run the ball. I vividly remember Ed Reed hitting him, and Chris Johnson was in the pile, and Ed Reed just kept on driving his back, and his back bent the other direction. And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And he was never the same the entire game. He just ruined his back. After that play, he jogged off the field, and right in front of me, he just collapsed on the ground.
Yeah.
And he was just in pain.
Yeah.
And they beat us that game because Chris Johnson couldn't run anymore. Chris Johnson was half the offense.
Yeah.
Hate him.
That was like 2008, right? That was like
Yes.
you guys were like number 1 overall
Yes.
seed.
I hate them. God, you got me thinking about the Ravens, man.
Yeah, wasn't that like Kerry Kittle or no
Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
But I hate the Ravens, man.
He basically just handed off to Chris Johnson or
No,
Yep.
he did some passing
Yeah.
too, but the pass I couldn't
without
name
that run game, that passing
no,
game wasn't
I
much.
couldn't name you the receiver. I couldn't
Oh,
name you the
was that like
receiver.
Kendall Wright? Was that no?
No, that was before Kendall Wright.
Okay,
This
cool.
is like, oh my God, I got his name in my head because he played for the Titans, went to the Jets, and came back. That guy, Brandon Jones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a bunch of guys
Ooh,
like,
Brandon
Yeah.
Jones. That sounds familiar.
yeah.
Who was the other running back? Was it it was the USC guy?
Yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah,
He came
yeah.
after that.
Okay, cool.
So, but I got stories about him. He's a funny guy.
He
man.
seemed like he was a funny guy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I hate the Ravens. At the end of the
Hey
day,
man, I'm like that with the Steelers. I
yeah, that's
hate the
fair.
Steelers.
I try to hate the Steelers. I have no love for them.
Yeah.
But the hate for the Ravens is way more than
Yeah,
the Steelers.
that's fair.
I get it.
We
Totally
was in
get
the
it.
same division for a while too, the Central Division.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Really?
Before the AFC South,
Yeah,
it was
for
Central.
AFC South, yeah.
AFC Central.
Whenever the Texans became a team, right? That's whenever
Yeah,
they
yeah,
reorganized
yeah.
it.
You talking about that expansion team in,
Yeah,
in
the
Texas?
expansion team, Yeah.
Yeah. They want the Oilers jersey so bad.
Do
but-
they really?
Yeah, but they don't realize that they're named after the Dallas Texans that later became the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
So they stole the name from somebody else. So they need to sit
I
down,
can't
have
ever-
separate seats.
I can't support LeBron James ever, just being a Pacers fan. And whenever he was with the Heat, like the Heat would beat the Pacers every year. Then he went to Cleveland. Then he would beat them at Cleveland. So like I'm just like I can't cheer for LeBron James.
You
Like,
are a long-suffering Pacers fan.
without question.
Yeah.
Like,
Was like the ABA was the last time they won a championship. They've been to one finals. Like
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know they were in the ABA.
they might have been. You know, it's one of those where it's like, yeah, maybe like in the '60s they won something.
Your one chance was y'all went to the finals at one chance with Reggie Miller.
Yeah, like 2000, 2001. Whenever they ran into the buzzsaw that was Kobe and Shaq.
Reggie Miller and
Like
Rick
Jermaine
Schmitz.
O'Neal. So most people say Kobe when they shoot a basket. I say Rick Schmitz just because I think it's hilarious.
Rick was the Rick,
Tall, white, awkward white guy. What are you
hey
talking
man,
about?
he had a J, man. He had that mid-range jumper that was
Rick Schmitz.
But y'all had-
Exactly. You're gonna
but-
do it now, and you're gonna laugh at me.
But
Oh
y'all
my
had
God.
the but be honest with you, at all NBA teams, y'all might have the best bodyguard combo of any group ever. You know what I'm talking about. What are they? They weren't brothers, but they had the same last name.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of it right now.
They were fight.
Yeah. Was that in the 90s?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
and
was the
late
90s. Yeah.
in early 20s,
Yeah.
early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay, what was their name? They
I
were
can't think right now.
they were fight. They would protect Reggie Miller at all
Yeah.
costs.
There might have been a brawl in Detroit. I'm not sure if you heard about it. Anyway.
So, yes.
Yes. All right.
we're gonna start wrapping the episode
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
wrap
because
it
my
up.
father, literally, my wife just texted me. I think I got to pick up my daughter from.
Whoops.
from the
Uh-oh.
movies.
All right. So how
All
we
right.
end every episode is we ask the same 5 questions.
All right.
And
Okay.
I'll
Justin's
go with the
pulling
first
up on his
one.
phone. Are you ready?
What were your kids' backup names, if you had any?
I didn't have any backup names.
Awesome.
I didn't name my children at all.
Okay.
Didn't. I was the one that said, let's wait until we see our child. My wife already knew that she wanted him her son. Well, Indigo was around before I got there, so
Yes.
her
Yeah,
name was already there.
yeah.
But my other 2 children, she already wanted August, she wanted Ruby.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let's wait until we have our children, because I'm a big person, a proponent of, let's see your child first and let's see if that name fits what we're looking at. So there was no backup names.
That's pretty
Besides
cool.
Stop for Ruby. And you didn't know that
That was
until
later on.
There you
I
go.
had names for middle names.
Okay.
My son is named after my younger brothers who are no longer with us.
Okay.
And my daughter is named after my mom. So,
Oh, cool.
But there's no backup names.
Yeah.
No.
That's fair.
I was never in that decision-making department.
It was like, cool. This
Yeah.
is what it is.
Exactly.
All right, Evan.
Next question. Do you have a favorite TV dad?
I do, but I don't think I can use him.
Is it
Cos-
Bill
Cosby?
Yes.
Yeah.
I try to separate,
Yep.
Heathcliff and
And the man.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the man.
Hey, man, I
yeah.
mean, in that show, he was a pretty daggone good dad.
Yeah.
So there's no hate in that.
No. He what was it? I think Jerry Pentecost said he was like, yeah, I want to say Bill Cosby because he defined a lot of fatherhood for me growing up.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
It's crazy that it's a lot of things that you pick up from
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, that's fair. We'll take it.
All right. Do you have a kids show or movie that you just cannot stand? Like one that usually you watch like a million times and you're like, oh my god,
it's a
again?
YouTube show my daughter watched.
Okay.
It's like, I hate to say her name, but it's like A for Adley. I can't stand that show.
A for
A for
Alan?
Adley.
Adley?
Oh my god, my daughter loves that show. What's the other show? The Coco Melon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
That's-
the little bald head boy.
Caillou.
He's the worst.
You're like the Caillou
Yeah.
is the most good. It's Coco Melon and Caillou are the ones where every dad is like, who thought this was a good TV show?
It's
Who put this on my
terrible.
TV?
I have banned those from our TVs.
Yeah,
That's-
because every dad, like so many dads, like they get like you can see their face turn red whenever they even think about the
the
show
worst
because it's
shows.
so bad.
It's the worst shows.
Do you have a favorite kids toy? Like whenever your kids play with them, you're actually like playing with them also.
I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
It's crazy, but I do not have a favorite toy I play with. Well, Legos.
Okay.
Take it
Okay,
back.
that's a good one.
Legos.
That's
Yes,
a good one.
Legos.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What
Yeah, for
about
sure.
this? What moment of your kid's life are you most excited to be a part of?
What moment?
Yeah. It could be for both or just one. It doesn't have to be
I would be honest with you, when
or all three.
my goal for all of mine, my moment in life is for me to see them as high functioning, well adjusted adults.
Yeah.
Everything I do is for me to understand, like, I'm raising a little person to be a big person.
Yeah.
So I really look forward to seeing what type of people they become. And that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Cool.
Great answer.
And I've also learned to celebrate accomplishments a little bit more, but especially want to see what kind of adults they become.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yes.
That's cool. No, that's awesome. This is normally when we give like the people on the opportunity to like promote themselves. Do you want to mention like your Instagram handle or anything? Do you want to promote Dr. Love at all?
No, I don't care.
We'll probably tag you in the post.
You
whenever we
can
do
tag me.
online
I
and
don't.
everything.
I stepped away from Instagram for a little bit.
Yeah.
And you see, in my last post is not nothing. I do my best to. I try to do a fitness type, like everyday dad fit type deal.
Yeah.
Just chronicling me trying to get back in shape, but I'm gonna get rid of that and just put everything on my regular one, because it's doing too. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're like, what am I doing here?
But one of the things to do is just try to stay in shape
Yeah.
and then do things. And when I say everyday dad fit, is like, my goal is not to have a 6-pack.
Yeah.
My goal is not to be the dad at graduation that's folding my hands on my stomach and just holding it there, just like that. That's just my goal, because you know, I'm not going to be the person that's going to eat like a bird to try to get a six pack.
Sure.
Like, I ran cross country and track in college, and I wasn't that guy who had like a tremendous six pack then. And I'm working, I'm killing calories all day, every day. Yeah. So I'm never that guy. I'm never going to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So it's just trying to just stay fit and healthy. Cool. Working at my own pace, because I'm 41 and I can't do what I did at 21 at all.
Amen, man.
No, you can't.
Amen.
No. But yeah. But if you do want to follow me, it's Doc_Jeshua.
Yeah.
At Instagram, and that would be on Twitter too.
Nice.
I think
or X, whatever it is now.
X.
By the time we post this episode, the name might change again.
And and the thing is, I'm sitting here double checking to make sure. Yeah, Doc_Jeshua, like my name Joshua, but with an E.
With an E.
Yeah, Jeshua, because a play on words with Yeshua from the Bible. So
nice.
Yes,
Joshua.
And that's the same thing for my Twitter handle. So
Okay.
if you want to follow me,
that's where you are.
There you go. That's
Sweet.
on it.
It was a pleasure, man.
That's
thanks,
it's a
Josh.
pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks again for listening. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at the Nashville Dads and to subscribe to us on Apple and Spotify podcast. We record at New Light Podcast Studio, and episodes are produced by me, Devin.